Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we like to give all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
We'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. And we're the brothers out here of Great Millstone Church in Birmingham. And we once out here again to do the commandment of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, which is the prophesied downfall of Babylon the Great, which in these modern times is America, man. This is that place of wickedness that the Lord pretty much spoke of from the beginning that, you know, going to be destroyed, man. Matter of fact, somebody give me 2 Ezra 9. No, give me 2 Ezra the 8th chapter. Start at 61. We'll read it to chapter 9. Because this is the time where the Lord pretty much talked about the whole time, you know, since the beginning, man. If anything, these are the Bible days. Really, you think it's that you hear Bible days, you think of the ancient word, you think of, you know, flatbread and, you know, turbans or whatever. You know how these people in the world think when they hear ancient world, when they hear ancient world of the Bible days. But really, the Bible days consist of cars and airplanes and sea hips.
Yep.
You know, missiles. That's the real Bible day. That was the real Bible day consist of. You know? But whoever got that 2 Ezra again, 2 Ezra 8:61, I believe.
Because in 2 Ezra chapter 8 and verse 61, and therefore is my judgment now in hand.
See, therefore is my judgment now in hand. And that scripture says now, meaning now, man. That wasn't concerned at the time of Ezra, in a sense. That's when the time, no. This is when that word now, that's what it means, now, man. It was meant to be read in this lifetime for, you know, for that to actually play out. The judgment is now in hand. We mentioned the missiles are on the scene, these different forms of judgment. Pretty much, it's more than one way to die here. It's not just a handful of ways like how it was in the ancient world, whether a disease or war, certain things, a grave wound. Now, it's a plethora of ways to die, man. You don't think the judgment, this is what the judgment is now at hand. You got it,
I got something real quick. It's 1 Corinthians 15 and 24. It says, then cometh the end. Right? So like the brother going, everything is a build up to now, man. Again, then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall put down, it's likely when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power.
And that's concerning our Lord Yahweh Shai, man. See, when he returns, it's not going to be cupcakes and hugs, man.
Right.
He said he's going to deliver up the kingdom, so it's going to be a takeover, man. Right. This is not going to be a smooth transition in a sense. But this, like the elementary, it's going to be at the end. This is the middle. This is the scene where these things is about to happen. We're at the turning point now, man. The climax. That's why these Americans as a whole, they not considering that these places is about to fall, man. About to be this so-called election. Right. All eyes is on it because these Americans understand that this is concerning their fall, man. Con, you got it, bro.
In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 12, starting at verse 26. Right. It says, again, the word of the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
See, and that's the spirit of Jake, man. 2/3 of our people. Matter of fact, somebody get 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter. I believe like the 5th verse. Read that again, huh?
Yep. It says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
So there's no sense of urgency, man. You know, especially with our people, man, because they invested in America. They need this place to continue to accomplish their goals, their dreams, their aspirations. America still got to be going.
Real quick, and one would say, y'all speaking of a famine, how is it a famine in this obese country? You know, we still got food plentifully. You still got, you know, 2 for $5, whatever the deal may be.
Chicken, yeah.
Big chicken, man. And they steady coming up with new shit. Right. So y'all saying it's a famine, man, that's not gonna happen right now. Right. If anything, that's gonna happen in the time after us.
Right.
That's what the scripture's saying.
Because it talks about that in this, Isaiah 31. They trust in Pharaoh because many chariots
That's
and
it.
horses.
Yep.
It's the thing they see. They still see a McDonald's up.
Right.
That DoorDash still giving them coupons and shit.
Right.
So they like, what you mean?
What you mean?
Yeah, you know.
Oh, well, you had this nigga Lil Scrappy. Right? You see that nigga, man? This nigga came out, man, and said, he sent out a threat, right? For all so-called black people, if you don't vote for Kamala, he don't view you as being a black no more. But that's an example of, right, Jake trusting in this society, man. Because they really believe voting is what sets, this is what moves the needle. My children, they have more of an opportunity now.
And again, nigga. Man, you see that?
Application.
Yeah.
Like the niggas into like their credit score. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you know? Because we for lack of better words, as they say, we understand the future. We understand that this is a sinking ship. The scriptures say, use the world not as amusement. So with our wisdom, we able to navigate through this place, pitfalls, and snares, and traps. We don't trust it. You have someone who put their trust in, you know, the system. So they'll value like their credit scores. You know, they'll do a lot. They'll fall out with you, man.
Right.
Nigga fall out with you and compromise his credit score. Right? That's an example of, and because that's you saying where you stand with the powers that be. So your credibility, that word credit goes back to credibility pretty much. So your credit score is where I stand. I'm in good graces with Esau, you know?
That's why they're gonna fall with Esau. Right. What is that? Isaiah the 30th? Because you put your strength in Pharaoh.
Yeah. Oh, 1 Kings 8. Not 1 Kings 18, I believe. Says thou leanest.
Oh yeah. That's it. The broken reed. Yep. That's it.
Staff of Pharaoh.
That's it.
On which if a man lean, meaning if you trust in it, it shall go into thy hand and pierce it. So ultimately you have to be tagged. When you get tagged with that mark, that's pretty much putting on the uniform. That's putting on the last. Look, we over here cloaking ourselves with the arm of the Most High. When you get that mark, you put on the last accessory. Like you put on the last piece of your uniform, which is opposition and force to your how about you outside.
Hey, you become a permanent American.
Right. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, you're a permanent American. That's why the scripture say they should die in the pit. It's like you got it in there.
You got that second Peter.
That's St. Peter. Come on, read this one more time. I will get it.
Ezekiel 12 and verse 27, it says, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied the times are far off.
Yep, get that out.
2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
So yeah, we see that now. You know, everybody got an opinion. That was one of the also one of the signs of Noah as well, is the heart of the imaginations of the people. So that show it was on display as well. That's why a nigga got a podcast or a channel to spew his madness.
Yeah, you could become a superstar.
Yeah.
The home is that dude, King David. Real King David. That nigga just a homeless guy. Now off the record, just a guy there in Atlanta you see at rallies. Right. The reason why I say that because he actually do live on location from the rallies, man. And you a demon too, bro, because you came amongst us and we showed you love, man. Right?
Yep.
And because even in the Apostle to Howard into that, remember King David, he was sending forth his men to show gratitude and friendship to the Moabite, the Ammonite king who saved up there. Yeah, so the scripture said if they're all possible, live peaceably with all men. you came around and we sold you hospitality, man. You took up a little collection, got you something to eat.
More than one time.
More than one time, man. We made a conscious effort, like, yeah, brother, you know. Hey, man, anybody, got something for the brother? Then you went back and shitted on our leadership, and although you didn't really come at us per se too much, I believe he did throw jabs in and out. Oh, he did. The nigga did come at us, man. But he was more so, the Lord snared me. The Lord put that fat guy.
Right, yeah, put Joe on.
Right, Joe was a demon from hell.
Yes, he was.
Joe was a demon from hell, right? So the Lord used Joe. We never, Joe from hell, man. And we never saw Joe really again after that. The Lord used Joe like a filter, hanging around. Then he got that guy.
That was the whole purpose.
Yeah, the whole purpose, taking the we know.
Right. Yeah. He disappeared after that. I can kick that in Birmingham. They take the we know.
The Lord gave explicit orders. But hey, because that's what happened.
Yeah,
Real
yeah.
talk.
Right? Just like
You got it. I'm reading it again, bro.
Good. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the
See,
fathers...
is it where the promise? Because guess what? They eyes is on America, man.
right.
They ain't looking for and hastening to the coming of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. They ain't looking at the prophecy. Because you looking at the prophecy, you will know that Yahushua is hastening coming, man. He's coming quickly, man. Seeing things through the testimony of Yahushua.
Right.
But you seeing things through the world, you like, what's going on? You know, read it again out.
saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation.
See, the elementary, yeah, y'all talking about this so long ago, this and that. Not knowing that how about Yahushua been judging the earth, man. Things the Lord judging the earth, man. But you gonna assume you gonna know it, man. Matter of fact, you gotta continue on that out.
For this they are willingly ignorant of. That
Cause guess what? A nigga know about the flood. A nigga know about Sodom and Gomorrah, and you know, they know about the scriptures, Egypt. But you don't consider that that's the same power. He's alive well today, man. Lord, he don't sleep. He don't take breaks. You know, you gonna know about Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, man, and it's gonna be by the way of judgment. You got it all.
that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the word that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
See, that world, it was a world before, man.
Right.
It was an actual system in the time of Noah. And guess what? The Lord uprooted that shit, man. But the nigga don't consider that because when Noah started preaching, it took 120 years. The nigga talking about the dew, because they didn't see that judgment of the rain before, man. Same thing, you don't consider that this whole landmass is going to be destroyed, man. Number one, so-called white man being judged. Nigga can't see that.
Right.
So how much more the whole landmass of America being totally wiped out by the way of war, as well as so-called UFOs, which are the chariots, man. You know, this is what's coming on the earth, and all the pieces are here for that to take place. You know, and we seeing the climax playing out in real time. So I think that was pretty much the point. You gonna go back to what you had out.
In the book of Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 28. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord power, how about Shemashah? There shall none of my words be prolonged anymore.
See, yeah, because ultimately, yeah, Ezekiel, Joel, these prophets are old. It was meant for this time, as we just read in 2nd Ezra, the 8th chapter, how the judgment is now at hand. It was judgments written in the book of Ezra. In previous talks about how Jeremiah prophesied of evil, war and pestilence of different kingdoms, but it was meant for this time, man. It was prolonged because it was meant for this appointed time. When you read Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, It talks about how this division was set for an appointed time. Now, when you go into that word appointed, it goes to an appointed time, but it also goes to an appointed place. Because ultimately, America had to be set up for end-time prophecy to unfold in its fullness, man. You know, is that it on that? You got some on that?
A little bit more.
Kind.
It says, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord Yahweh by Shimei Shai.
See, and that's on display now by the way of the Lord sending us, his men, starting with the apostle elders of Great Millstone down, the prophets of Yahweh by Shimei Shai, that's teaching the testimony of Yahweh Shai, declaring this the Lord speaking, and now we're seeing it. That's why we talk about World War III. We can pull an article up on it. But the famine is things that's backing up the word of the Lord. You know, that's showing that the words of the Lord is really, it's a commandment, man. This is not no suggestion or a shot from the hip. This is a decree from the heaven. You look at that
Second Ezra chapter 8 and verse 61. And therefore is my judgment now at hand.
See, it's now at hand. So going back, it said the word ain't gonna be prolonged anymore, man. This is the time where it was meant to be read and declared, because this is the time where it was going to happen, man. You got it out.
These things have I not shewed unto all men, but unto thee, and a few like thee.
And that's really concerning the elect, man. You go into it, chapter 12, the second chapter, that a warn this sound in the holy mountain. Only the inhabitants of the land is going to tremble. He said the inhabitants of the land, the inhabitants of Zion is going to trump. Those are the ones that's on the same frequency, man. And that's going to actually react. It said the prudent foreseeth the evil and hideth himself. This is who this word is shown unto. You got it out. Okay.
It said, a few like thee. Matthew 13 and 17, it says, for verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Yeah, so like you said, even though those men right there was chosen, right? We are the chosen, but we living in a time different from them. This is the climax, like you said. America had to be erected for the scriptures to be fulfilled, right? Meaning the fulfillment of the scriptures. This is the end of all things, or should I say the end of wickedness and the beginning of righteousness, all right, which is America. So we have been shown things such as the sea here, like you said earlier, the missiles, you know, the scripture speaks about the mystery, daughter of Babylon. Now we know the mystery, you know. So these things weren't shown to our forefathers, which is us. We didn't know the fulfillment of these things when these things was getting written. Like Apostle Haas said, you know, these things was written in a time before, but we was put here to break these things down.
Well, the scriptures say his thoughts unto all generations. So we here to break down the mysteries. The very mysteries that we was given, certain men scribed. Right? Now we back today to make sense of it. Because what's that? 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter. It says, brethren, ye have no need that I write unto you, because ye yourselves know perfectly. But in Acts, the 1st chapter, it says, it is not for you to know the times and seasons. But when you fast forward to 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, the scripture says, no, you know now. You know perfectly. So back then wasn't the time, because why would Yahweh Shai expound on those things back then when you wouldn't have been able to compute it? Yahweh Shai was going to the microchip 2,000 years ago. So everything, that's why the scriptures say all things are now ready. You got that? That's the spirit. Yep, come on.
Yep, Luke 14 and 16. Then said he unto him, a certain man made a great supper and bade many.
Yep, and that supper been prepared from the beginning of time, man. That's why this is the role. See? Go ahead.
It says, and sent his servants at supper time to say to them that were bidden, come, for all things are now ready.
Yeah. This is supper time, man. Right? So now all things are ready. You're able to expound on the mark. Why? Because you got microchip, you got the technology, the infrastructure is in place. See? We can speak about World War III. We can have that conversation now. Because they got facilities with missiles. You got silos with the missiles in it, man.
Hey, you know, coincidence that there's a big emphasis on technology, especially in a time in which that they've got to replace all of your IDs. That show you that, like, there's a whole situation going on with Russia and Taiwan, China and Taiwan and US. Yeah, Taiwan got everything you need to create all of these sea hits. It's certain thing that to make that sea hit, it's a certain mineral, and it's all in Taiwan. You got ships, $1 million, billions of dollars, trillions of dollars surrounding this island where all of these sea hits can be made. So the future is tech. As far as Esau go, the future is tech. Or else they wouldn't be there. It wouldn't even be a thing. The future's tech. You got all types of other minerals, but it's tech.
Right.
So now that's the hot spot, showing you that we definitely in that time, man. How is technology the most important thing right now? And the mark is going to come out, which is going to be digital currency. It just all echoes that it's designed like that.
I got something for you, thank you, real quick. This Daniel 12:4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. I made just going back how it was meant for now.
Right.
It wasn't meant to be read back then. It was sealed to the time of the end.
Right.
It said,
So like everything is like we mentioned, is ready and prepared.
right, that's it.
We can go into certain things. We got dictionaries. It's like we got the, what would you call it? The coordinates. You got the blue letter. Like the touch of a finger, you can pull up the Google. This the time. Everything is in place for you to expound on the things in the Bible. Yep. Screen. Yep.
Phones, Wi-Fi.
Right. You can actually do a lesson. You could be in a one-bedroom apartment in a rural area. Match coverage, upload a video, and the world can see it.
Driving,
yes.
walking talks.
You walking, yeah. That's heavy, man. That's the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah. That's an example of all things being now ready to accommodate the word going forward.
It's like it says, any shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increasing. It's gonna be one of the indicators. Like I said, the technology on the scene. That show you that now it makes sense too. You go into the arrows, these different prophetic and these poetic scriptures.
Right.
It makes sense now. You know, it gotta be talking about the arrows. Gotta be talking about the missiles. The lake of fire gotta be talking about a marathon being burnt up. You know, the results of World War III. When they talk about that judgment being within an hour, you got hypersonic missiles to make that claim even more factual.
That arrow shot.
Yeah.
Shall not return.
Not return, yeah.
Oh, they should not miss.
Yeah.
Shot to the ends of the world, the ends of the earth. An arrow in its traditional sense can't accomplish that feat. You can't shoot an arrow to the end of the world. So what could they be talking about? Right now, we bring clarity through the spirit. We say that's talking about the missiles. Then you have a nigga to say no, it's not. But what it's talking about? Right. Yeah. Oh yeah. That guy, man. I don't know if he's still around. Is he? Yeah. City cat. Yeah. Yeah. Outfit.
Hey, the scriptures say that the kings, the elders are ready. Kings can't understand. Kings that sought to understand this and can't. Showing you that by nature, now they got to default to a lesser form of the truth, which is a lie.
Right.
Now, the default, if you don't understand the truth, is a lie. So you got kings, even leaders of nations that have to believe in Allah. We got to default to that. So it's a very peculiar situation in the world. It's like that saying that in a world full of blind people, the one-eyed man is king.
Right.
Here it is. Just we ain't like rich. You see, we ain't wealthy and right, well-spoken. Brothers been to these elite schools and all. But here it is. The wisdom is trapped inside these earthen vessels here, man. And it's brought us to the streets, and they still can't.
Like the scripture said, been revealed unto babes.
Yeah, 'cause the Lord want to kill. When you think about it, the Lord kept it from you so he could kill you. If you can't go for cover, you can't run for cover, you can't seek out no form of refuge if you don't know it. Right? Just say if you didn't hear that a hurricane was brewing, you still out there bullshit, man. Come on.
This is on 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the sun pass.
Real quick, what's the measuring stick? The scriptures. But you got to know how to read the ruler. You got to know how to read it. The measuring stick.
Yeah.
And when thou seest part of the sun pass, which I had told thee before.
I made it. He said that measuring stick. You have to go by what the sayings. Certain things had to, that's why scripture talk about that before the return of Yahweh, they had to be fallen away first. There's certain order within prophecies. Now we're in the restoration part.
Right.
He said the wicked got to be revealed.
Well, you know what, if I may, that lets you know that the destruction coming too, because we understand chronologically steps. Right? It would be great confusion. It would be a crumbling. It's not this the time of that crumbling, you damn right. When you consider something that crumbles, it's detached, it's broken up. So that's why you got a heavy spirit of division, sedition in the air. Oh, I was looking at a compilation where you had these disgruntled Edomites ascending upon these different pole stations, and they were stirring shit up. It was this one Edomite, he was a young, had to be in his early 20s. He was wielding a machete. Did y'all see that one? And it's these fiery young crackers. We all would go into that. It's these younger crackers that's patriotic. You know why? Because they really the fathers, man. That's why you get that word patriot. It goes back to father. Now, when you read Isaiah 14, it tells you how the Lord will raise up the children for the iniquity of the father, man. So that's why you got these young Edomites invested into voting. They listening to Russ Prosper, right? Russ Limbaugh. Right. They got an investment in the welfare of America, right? In the state of this place. Why? Because that's those same Edomites from back then here today. See? But that crumbling, that's an example of the destruction on the way. What's that, Matthew 12? It speaks about a house being divided and how it would lead to what? Desolation. So we know the desolation is near. See that? Matter of fact, you know what? I know you're still holding that. Get that Jeremiah 50 and 32. Bubble shot. Right here. Yeah. Yeah. Straight up, all up and down. Camouflage. These Edomites, man. All the nation as a whole is really divided. You see, the only someone that's gathered is the elect. That's the only spirit that's coming together. Everybody else is being scattered.
This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall.
Right, the most proud being Esau, man. Because when you go into these different kings who ruled over these ancient cities, they displayed a certain level of pride. They exhibited pride as well. A lot of these kings was deemed as demigods in a lot of cases, man. What's the guy, Nebuchadnezzar? Remember? He got proud and the Lord had to humble him and turn him into a beast. You got ancient kings who named cities after themselves, man. scriptures are talking about the most proud. Read that again.
It said, and the most proud shall stumble and fall.
Right, they're dealing with Esau. So it's going into the chronological order. The fall is the destruction, but there'll be a stumbling before that, man. So that's what we're witnessing now on the earth. Everything, especially over here in the West with America, everything is crumbling. From your past time, like for an example, college football, the pageantry has been taken away from it. It's more along the lines of professional sports. There's a lot of parity. The traditional schools, they no longer, you got a small school like Central Florida, you know. That's the Lord breaking, see, that's stumbling, man. See, everything is a maturation with the Most High. The destruction is not going to be instantaneous. Actually, we're in the midst of the destruction. See, it's intensifying. Come on.
It said, and the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities.
Right, and the fire already started. When you kindle something, it's like a ruin. You kindle it. Now that fire is going to be protected with, perfected with the destruction. That's it. That's it, bro. Right, cold, blazing.
Blaze right by.
Yeah. See that? So the destruction is going to be that fire perfected, but it's now being kindled. That's why you see the heat being turned up. Because November 5th, man, that's going to be the pressure point, really where that division is going to reach its boiling point, man. Go ahead. Yep. Seditions, that's the people being incited. See?
Emotional.
Yep, emotional. And they on edge.
You know, they're saying, you know, friction, you know, that causes that fire. So they say that civil war, that's that friction.
Yep.
You know, like you said, these different two parties, you know, even families and shit being broken up, that's that friction, that's that Lord killing that fire.
You can always tell what you can, if you really want to take a sense of how the people feeling, just take a look at the ammo sales.
Oh, yeah.
That indicates to you everything you need to know. When them bitches jump up, that's because that's the real portion of how indicator how they thinking.
Because eventually it's going to be a civil war, man. These young Edomites and these F-150s, that's them Civil War soldiers, right?
Arsenal.
Yeah. Well, they got the Confederate flag. They got the Confederate flag. You got the Union soldiers versus the Confederacy.
Jake just got two shakes.
Yeah. In a damn malfunctioning gun. It's not really precise. Yeah. Bullets. Yeah, because them niggas shoot all the time. Nobody ever get hit. They don't know how to shoot. That's not their blessing. Hey, that's an example of them trusting in their oppressor too. Yep, come on.
It says, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about them.
So that fire, again, is going to be climaxed with the destruction. But we're witnessing it now, man. The heat being turned up, a lot of tension in the air, sedition is in the air. Come on.
Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. All that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go.
Right, and that's putting us on the scene of the crime. Because right here in America, you have the Northern Kingdom as well as the Southern Kingdom being oppressed together. Case in point, when you go back to the 60s and 70s, you had the civil rights movement, which was predominant in American history. What gets forgotten about is the Chicano movement, which was a Latin-based movement, simultaneously with the civil rights movement. Right?
Young lords.
Yep, young lords. That was an example of the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom, Judah and Israel being oppressed together. So that was it right there.
I got some. This is Job chapter 21 and verse 17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? How oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High distributeth sorrows in his anger.
And if I may, right, America, the mere fact America is here is an indicator, is proof that the destruction is coming, man. See? Oh, we brought that out last night. You know, if we consider a woman with a child, she could deny all she wants that she's pregnant. But that baby bump, when that show up, you know she's pregnant, man. You know a baby coming. Right? So America is that baby bump in a sense. We know that the destruction is coming. The mere fact that it's here. Because again, if you was knocking at it earlier, everything is a build up to now, man. See? Come on.
They are as the stubble before the wind.
The stubble represents Esau. Somebody get that Obadiah. Stubble it accommodates a fire. You don't put wet, right? Stubble is like a dry piece of wood that facilitates fire. So Esau is the perfect candidate to be destroyed. That's why he's likened to stubble.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 18. And it reads, "And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble."
See, so you see the stubble is in the same breath for Esau. See that? All right, so,
It says, "And they shall kill in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord has spoken."
see? So go back.
Good. Job 21 and 18. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm careth away.
Oh, yeah, oh, it's the Psalm 5, man. That's a heavy chapter when you go into it. Matter of fact, we might need to go into it. Yep.
The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children.
See that? So the Lord already prepared the destruction for his children being him. Right? The devil, back in the ancient times, in the time of the ancient Babylonian Empire, the same ancient spirits that stood in the way, and they had a hand shaped being captured and they tried to escape from the Babylonians. Them ancient spirits back, man. Right? Motherfucker jogging at 6 in the morning and shit.
They came at Jake riding, what was it, Jake walking through the neighborhood again. It was like a whole nother replay of Trayvon Martin.
Yeah.
They just, out of nowhere, pulling up on Jake, telling him to get out of his own neighborhood.
Right.
They on edge.
See? So that's those ancient spirits, man. And because certainly, if reincarnation wasn't a factor, and these spirits wasn't ancient that's in these bodies, then why would these young Edomites have a history for Jacob? Because the way this system is set up, and when they came into the world, let's say they were born in 2001, it wasn't segregation. That wasn't the setting, right? You was your favorite goddamn. You grew up in Boston. Your favorite. That Paul Pierce was your guy, man. You wore Paul Pierce jersey, Edomites. See, love LeBron James. So why there's a spirit in you that causes you to hate the so-called Negro, Latino, and Native American? Because that's that same spirit that's been somewhat dormant in you, but now the Lord is instigating that again in the earth. Hey, so really, your hatred for Jacob, ooh, that's what he said.
Ezekiel 35:5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred,
Right.
and has shed the
Yeah,
blood.
so you might have someone, right, you can even have a scholarly approach. You say, hold up, Jacob and Esau, and that tension was isolated to two individuals for a certain period of time that has no bearing on future events. Well, first of all, when you read, is that Genesis 36, it speaks about how the nation of Edom spawns from Esau. right? But when you go into that word perpetual right there, matter of fact, Baba Kasai, can we look that up?
This is the word perpetual.
Scriptures say they will have a perpetual hatred.
Yep. It's a long duration,
See, long duration, right?
antiquity,
Mm-hmm.
futurity,
Mm-hmm.
forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient, world,
Yep, continue.
of future.
Of future, see? So
Always.
it's not just reserved for that time. That hatred spills all the way over to the future, man. Go ahead.
It says unending future, eternity.
Unending. There's never a point where you could point to and say Jacob and Esau had squashed it. It might look like that, right? You can't never say that they just live peaceably, man. Even now, we can pull up evidence where Esau conspired to have Jake locked up. These cops, them a lot of disturbing stories. A lot of cops, they plant shit on you. It was a big story down here in Montgomery.
Oh yeah.
Right? Fucking devil playing drugs on Jake, man. Why? That you can't rehabilitate that type of hate when you willing to break up a family. See?
Then you got the medical field.
Oh yeah.
They used to practice on Jake women because it was believed that they didn't feel pain, so they was practicing gynecology on Jake, cutting them up. It's that perpetual hatred, man. And if I may, Esau get everybody out the way just to hate on Jake, for real too. Because it's a whole list. We in the melting pot.
Right, right.
You can hate on anybody you want.
Right, right.
We're not even in the lineup for the.
Yeah.
But you gonna find a way.
Significant, yeah. Well, it was saying to me, you should be hating on you should be them Arabs. They run these. They got Peter shops and shit around, man. Right. Why don't you harassing them? Because it seemed that you got more. That would be more of a motivation. Was not them the niggas who allegedly destroyed the Twin Towers? Was not Al Qaeda, the Taliban? Yeah, you'll figure a way to start some shit with a Native American out in Seattle, Washington, man. Right? That goes to show that's Jacob and Esau, man. This nigga peeling through the crowd to get to the poor, man.
Hey, look at all these Jakes disappearing, getting murdered because they go on a trip with their Edomite friends, you know, in the woods and here and there, and now they coming up missing. We found them hanging on the tree and all that.
Truckers getting.
Oh, that's another thing. The truckers, that's mainly them truckers coming up missing, man, in these sundown towns.
Yeah.
So that right there proved that perpetual hatred that Ezekiel 35 is speaking of.
Right.
Everlasting hatred, man.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, Sirach 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner
Oh, you brought that
against
out
the
a couple
godly.
weeks ago. The reason why Cain, he hated Abel because he was righteous. You just cut through the red tape, no pun intended, to get to the bottom of it. He hated him because he was righteous, man. Right? And we hate Esau because he's wicked. See, and you can't get the lines blurred. Because a nigga who will push out eating pork, right, adultery, you should hate that because it affects you. You the target. These other nations, they're not really affected. They are drunk from that golden cup. But who felt the brunt? Right? The nation of Israel really felt the brunt of that continuous stroke of oppression at the hand of Esau. Man. Everything this man designed was really to keep Jacob in derision.
Electoral, even since we in the voting time, that's where the electoral, they call it electoral. You ever heard that word before? It would be a buzzword right around there. Because that means that your vote don't count like you think it do.
Yeah.
I voted. Jake loved it. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. She's 95 years old. She only get wet because she voted. A vote don't count when you got an electoral process, man. That means your vote is divided, and then somebody else gets the vote because you got enough vote. It's sick, but that came by way of slavery. If you do the research, it came by way of Jakes when they got so-called liberated and allowed to vote. Esau still was like, all right, we're gonna interfere with it this way, because there's certain states where there's a lot of them at, certain counties where there's a lot of them at. So we ain't gonna let Jake ever get the upper hand, not in our country. So we're gonna allow electoral voting process. That's gonna shake the whole thing up. You ain't gonna know who voted for what at the end of the day. It's still in the hands of Esau, man. From the sea to shine to sea, Esau won this thing.
And it's still things have to be passed down, got to go through Congress. And see, the line's really blurred. You can't get to the bottom of things. Definitely not that yay or nay spirit that's touching the judgment seat here in America, man. They're giving it a probation. Right?
Classified documents out
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
From 1975, it's still a classified. Everybody dead from that era who put that in the, but they still classify you. You ain't heard the half of what Esau been
Right. And why you so secretive? That's because you're a criminal. Right? A nigga with a Pooh Shiesty mask, that presentation, I can't do nothing but compute in my mind that you're a criminal, man. Right? What the fuck you hide? Because that's the best way to do something to me. I don't know who you is.
This is Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and thou was not dealt, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. When thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Why is judgment got to happen to Esau? Because he's been dealing treacherously with our people. We go through the signs. We always bring out slavery. We go through the signs, right? Going all the way up into this day, man. We ain't even got to go back that far, but we do, because it shows you when Esau came into power, this is what he dealt us. He dealt us that sword. And then the scriptures line up to tell you, Esau said, when I will bury my father or something along the lines, then I shall slay my brothers. That was his MO. And all the way up until we can start with Gad, and with this land mass, it starts with Gad and Reuben, because they, removed all of Gadites and Reubenites and Bishoperites all the way into the small portion. So Esau got a lot of blood on his hands. That's the whole point of this whole conversation. How much blood do you actually have on your hands? A whole lot.
That spirit said that. Revelation 16:6. It says, for they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy.
And you don't shed the blood of nobody unless you hate them, for real.
Correct.
You ain't out here shedding the blood of your loved ones. You hate them, so you shed the blood. So Esau, he took his Gatling gun. Matter of fact, Most High gave him a sword, just to experiment on ways to slay us, on ways to express his hatred. There's no such thing as you got these robots, but we just gonna use them for peace and monetary in cities.
Right.
And robots gonna be used to slaughter you.
Right.
When he invented when the airplane came, it's a Jake. When the airplane came, and Esau put a bomb on it, and then they had a committee called the Hague to stop and slow down this whole warfare thing. Because if we keep going like this, we're gonna kill each other. And they didn't even sign that. They was all against it. So you had a chance for peace amongst your own, and you wouldn't even sign it amongst your own. You've been at war with your own people. Right. And the scripture tell you that too, right? That they be evil towards each other.
Yep. The scripture said they should kill one another. That's another one. Revelation 6th chapter.
Yeah, Oppenheimer, they pretty much, once they got the recipe, they kicked him to the side. Like, see, we got what we want.
He said Oppenheimer words, some laugh, some cry.
Yeah, they actually was crying after that meeting. Some laughed.
He said, and then
I'll come to destroy the world.
the only thing I can think of was that quote from that book. I become death. I am death. Destroy the world. So that's it. That's your lineage. That's your stand on the world.
Right. That's the legacy.
That's your legacy. I got something real quick.
going back, you mentioned how Esau, he was plotting to kill Jacob. This Genesis 27, I started at 41. It said Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing, with his flower blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. So just going back, that thought, still to this day, he still got that thought process. It says, in these words of Esau, her
Well,
eldest.
if I may, really when you go into after Yahushua, remember when Yahushua was crucified? After that, that's when that onslaught, Jerusalem happened, 7 AD. The sword came in, Esau, we was scattered, driven, and we was later rounded up, brought over here to America. You had the natives, they was captured and brought over to Europe on ships. So really when you go into the maturation of that, with Brother Reed, that moment after Yahushua died is when they really, because you know that account actually happened, but as we say, through the Spirit, these moments, they pretty much serve as a foreshadow in some capacity. These historical events, various accounts in the scriptures, they serve as a foreshadow. Remember Romans 15 and 4. Things written aforetime was written for our learning, right? So we consider these acts and we can see where it plays out. See that? So read that again.
It says, the prophecy said 2 nations are in our womb.
Right,
so
right.
That Jacob and Esau is gonna, that story is gonna play out by the way of 2 nations.
2 nations. See? Yeah, so even though Esau, in his wrath, he sought out to kill Jacob. Right, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon 10? Somebody get that real quick. Wisdom of Solomon 10 and 10. This is a never-ending story, man. That's why you have a lot of Jakes. Why? Oh, it's this one guy, man, and they attribute a lot, they credit a lot to him because he's supposed to cause a lot of KKKs to resign. I think it's featured on Morbid. It's this Jake, man. He's sitting, yeah, he have to sit down one-on-one with KKK. Yeah, he befriend them and he convinced them. And his main thing is why, you know? Like, what have I done to you? You see, that's the mindset of most all of our people, you know? When they are thinking, and if they do consider that dynamic between so-called whites and blacks, they think, what can we ever do, man? Right? That is the Lord God. They don't know the backstory. Yeah.
They shall not understand and not see. You can't tell the story from the ending of. You started in the halfway through the story.
Fucking double, man. And they think they just give you that little smirk, right? Then if you keep watching them, then you'll see that smirk turn to a frown. But that show you how they think about it. They look at you like you're a pet. Right. Yep, come on.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10 and verse 10. When the righteous fled from his brother's wrath, she guided him in right paths, shewed him the kingdom of the Most High.
Yeah, read that again.
When the righteous fled from his brother's wrath, she guided him in right paths, shewed him the kingdom of the Most High.
Right, so you see here where that's concerning that account that happened with Jacob and Esau, but it really spills over to now. Because when you read Revelation, the 12th chapter, it speaks about how the devil will come down with great wrath. Yeah? See? And the ones who will escape, you don't get God by wisdom.
And gave him knowledge of holy things, made him rich in all his travels, and multiplied the fruit of his labors.
Yeah, I took it from that.
God, Genesis 27 and 41, it says that Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And these words of Esau, her eldest son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said unto him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee.
Right, see, so that's his fix, right? To kill you, man. And this is a rebuttal from age. This is an age-old conflict. This devil, when he shoots you down, right? When they, in these meetings, do they mischief sign off on these legislation to keep Jake in the box, to have you as a sitting duck, pretty much. Well, that's them confident in themselves. See that? Why? They put them in their liquor. Is that on that?
I'm going on Ezekiel 35:6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
On my life. You know, prepare you to blood, man. We just read Revelation 16, man, because you have not hated blood, man. You worthy of blood, man. You got it.
Hey, click on that word prepare. Baba Kasaka. That's that side here.
It's prepare to do, fashion, accomplish, make, work, produce, to deal, act. It says to produce, prepare. It says to observe, to use, spend, pass, produce.
If we produce something, the results is afterwards. Right? You produce a movie, you produce a meal. So the producing is the preparing. So you see here where the Lord himself saying, look, I'm going to prepare blood for these devils. That means that there's a moment where you're going to see the results of that preparation. So this is that time. See? That's why, again, you got missiles, right, already designed and to pass that information off. You don't have to actually have a physical Oppenheimer to come into your facility. No, they could just send an email, man. Right? And if you got the resources, you can put that bomb and missile together. And it don't take a lot. It just look like it's just one apparatus, and you got the end of it with the you got the thrust come through, you got the warhead. But it's not like this intricate, you know, with all these different components.
Hey, they made it, the proof of that, they made it in the 40s and 30s. So
Right.
what kind of technology exists now where you could order half the parts on Amazon, the rest you just gotta get from the black market.
Right.
It's a YouTube video.
Right.
Ring it in.
Yep.
For spirit power, bronze.
You get the shot your hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it. River water.
It's like
Yeah, the book of Psalm chapter 7, verse 13.
Yep. That's it.
He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors.
If I may, it said the instruments of death, man. That's them missiles, man. The Lord said he had prepared, so that's why you seeing a mass production of these missiles within all these nations, man. And guess what? The target is the third part man, which is Esau. That judgment is going to fully be on display here in America, man. That's where the wrath of the Lord is going to be shown, you know. And it's full, and it talks about he's going to pour forth his wrath.
Right.
In this place, you got it out.
Hey, real quick, when you read Revelation the 15th chapter, I think Revelation 15:1, if I'm not mistaken, when it said when his wrath is filled up, because when you think about it, when the Most High's wrath is kindled just a little, that's hell upon you. I mean, you got to be scared out your wits. But when it said his wrath is filled up, that means the total annihilation of America and Israel. So going back to just what you just said, you got it.
You got it out.
In the book of Psalm 7:15, in fact, verse 14, behold, he travailed with iniquity, and have conceived mischief, and brought forth falsehood.
Yeah, that's concerning Esau. Continue on. What it says, you say he sharply wetted his sword. Oh, you need to jump up on like a 10. Something like that.
Yeah, Psalm 7, verse 10, my defense is of the Most High, and saveth the upright in heart.
See, that's who the Lord is going to protect, the upright in heart, which the elect. And it said that heart show you that it's not a carnal outside thing.
Right.
It's this word. It's this truth, man. The Lord, that's what, you know, that inner man. Yeah, you know. Why?
And there's nothing you can do to have that understanding, right? There's nothing you can do to be upright in heart. Upright in heart means to be wise, man. Right? There's nothing you can do. That's just like if somebody throw you a playbook, right? That ain't your game. That ain't you, man. That's foreign to you.
Yep, it says, Yahweh Shemashai judgeth the righteous, and the Lord is angry with the wicked every day.
And it's on display by us. You see the constantly, the Lord sends forth His men to decree the downfall of this place. Declare the downfall, prophesy destruction of America, man.
Right.
You got it out.
It says, if he turn not, he will wear his sword.
If I made you up, it's not a lesson. You're not going to hear a lesson, right, spring from the camps, from the brotherhood, giving America props. Or, you know, coming in the spirit of America, you know, we squashing it with America. That's why, like you mentioned, the Lord is angry with the wicked every day, man. We still out here with missile signs. You can't say you coming this week and, oh, you brothers, oh, y'all lighten up a little? We can talk now? No, we back again. That's it. Missile signs again, man. That's the Lord being angry with the wicked every day.
In verse 12 again, if he turn not, he will wear his sword. He have bent his bow.
They said he will wear his sword, man. Meaning to sharpen, man.
Right.
That's why going back, you mentioned the 40s, you know, with the Oppenheimer, you know, they had to make the bomb and everything, then they had to drop it over the land and all that, but now the sword has been sharpened. You got hypersonic missiles,
Right.
man. It talks about that as well as Joel, the second chapter. How that this generation of missiles, well, how I said, there's nothing after it. You know,
It shall be none after that.
yeah.
Joel too.
Yep, Joel 2.
But even when you go back, that weapon Cain used to slay his brother, that blunt instrument, from that point all the way to now, look how it's going. Right, sorry. Technology, like voice command, shooting, king, yeah, they got a lot of that, man. You know?
Yep, it says, he have bent his bow and made it ready. He have also prepared for him the instruments of death. He have dangerous arrows against a person.
Oh yeah, even these missiles, they already got addresses on it, man. Why they being
Right.
built, they already being built with an address.
Well, I believe through the spirit, a lot of those chips too,
Yeah.
is going to be in sequence, right? Zip area code, where you zone 2. Oh yeah, they'll spill it over, they'll drag it out, you know. And that's just that's more licensed to be freaks and
Yeah, yes it is.
Yeah.
Goons and guns.
right. And yeah, you allow your little girls and shit to live out their fantasy vicariously of being fucking slut.
Yeah, it's true.
Right, yeah, right.
That's a real costume, man.
Yeah, it is.
Man, this is a safe place,
Right,
man.
right.
Nora
Like, why was that character
Right,
you
right.
wanted?
Oh, like this bitch Cardi B, she dressed up as the bitch from Roger Rabbit, but it was like a seductive, you know? Right. Oh, and the guy was popular. The nigga, I believe that's the nigga Stephon Diggs. If I'm not mistaken, the nigga went to Alabama, man. Fucking demon. But he popped her when she was pregnant, right? I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Yeah.
But his leg got broke for the season. He got the Wadi, how about you outside? Broke that nigga leg. Man. It wasn't even like 48 hours after it came out. The nigga broke his leg, had season-ending leg, and
I heard he pushed up on a nigga too, like I said.
oh what? Oh wow.
They was interviewing everybody on the team, They asked everybody on the team, what's the last player you want your teammate you want to sit to the day?
It was Stephon Diggs. Fucking demon, man. Bitch ass nigga probably change outfits 2-3 times a day. One thing, you know, adultery. Nigga change whips. And he trying to get choked. That's all you got, a little project, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This nigga should be in Hollywood, here in the hood, circling the block.
He tried to
Right now, 29.
Right. Trying to get choked, you know what I mean? Yeah, come on. I was like, yeah, go ahead.
I come to the book of Psalm 7 and verse 14. Behold, he travailed with iniquity, and I perceived mischief and brought forth falsehood. He made a pit and digged it, and has fallen into the ditch which he made.
Hey, that's Esau, man.
Right.
Even with this system, he's trying to create a system where he's going to have perpetual slaves, not knowing once this fails, he's going to be the beginning of, you know, he's going to be the foundation, you know, he's building things.
The first prophet.
Yeah. I'm talking about you do the crime, you got to do the time, and you fuck the earth up. The first thing you're going to be doing is nursing the earth back by burying these bodies and shit. You know? But that pit, is that this system, man. You wanna fall in it. It's gonna fail. You wanna be slaves, you guys.
He says his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate.
He said that violent dealings, man. That's how it's gonna. This how this place is gonna play out. You're gonna be overthrown violently. What's that? Revelation. Revelation 18. Bob Bouchard, I think it 20. I believe. Those for violence, something like that. This is how this place is gonna. Cause you the violent man.
Right.
You the sword.
Right.
How else could you go out? No
Right.
other way, but you know, as they say, a blaze of glory.
Right.
You so-called celebrate the 4th of July. That's supposed to be your birth.
Right.
When your death is going to be the same way. This is they say the brightest red glare bomb bursting in the air.
Right.
That's your fate.
Hey, the scriptures say, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Right.
So when the scriptures say your mischief, all the bullshit that you've caused, it's gonna come down. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna let the scripture speak. You go ahead and get
Because
it.
I made them mischief, that's those missiles. too.
Exactly.
Right, because you was creating those missiles to police the world,
Exactly.
you know? So you sold that.
Right.
Now you're gonna reap. That's why the missiles in the ground. They're gonna actually, they're gonna spring up,
Bring up.
and come down on you, man.
Then they're gonna bloom.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, like the elder say, man, you ain't the big bad guy on the block with the pistol. No.
Wow.
Man, I did too. Yeah, boy, on that. You know what I'm saying? Because you huffed and puffed at everybody because you the only one that had the pistol on the block. Right? So what it said, let the weak say I'm strong. So now the rest of the nation saying, you know what? Hey, shit, we got some heat now too. Fuck you. Fuck you, Esau. No, you got it.
It ain't no fun when the rabbit.
Ain't no fun when the rabbit got this gun. That's right. That's a true saying. Right.
Goofy in the world.
Right.
Named Little Rocket Man.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, it's him tongue.
It's true.
Oh, he just launched one the other day.
Oh yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
And it was in there for like 90 minutes.
Oh well, the spirit of them even testing the missiles, the motivation, the achievement is that it could reach the U.S.
Right.
That's the achievement. You go into
Yeah.
you go into right. That's what they really boasted about. Reach the U.S.
Right.
See? Did that prove right there that America was set up to be destroyed?
That's it.
All the nations, right? They gearing that aggression towards here, man. And they clapping and shit.
Right.
Reach the West.
Right. Yeah.
Well, what's like you read?
Revelation 18-20, it says, rejoice over her thou in heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh Bashim shall have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and should be found no more at all.
And yeah, you get when you get the fabulous fitness, it's by the way this devil dropping bombs. So this is how this place is gonna go. It's gonna go by the way of violence. This is what America is known for, man, by the way of violence. They call us like you got it.
I'm so sorry. They had a pageant, Miss Atomic America. Look that up. Google that. You're gonna see a woman. There's a pageant they actually had. She got a whole mushroom cloud on top of her head. You know. But that's America.
Right.
That's Esau.
Synonymous with war, man.
That's it.
See?
It means your tech, your phone, your daily, everything, microwave, all that shit is old tech, military technology.
Yep.
Still been using. You know, he just get to the television, not knowing that was a weapon on the battlefield. It just now for the people now. You know?
Everything is the sword.
Yeah.
Everything. And the scripture right there says, thus with violence as a great millstone cast in the sea. That's the scripture giving you a vivid illustration. That's pretty much when the missiles hit, you see that wave. That's how it's going to be, man. The sea representing the people. This mixture, right? This cauldron, this melting pot. Yep, come on. Is it on that?
No, that was just when I had some real quick.
Come on.
Isaiah 34 and verse 5.
Yep.
For my sword shall be bathed in heaven.
Yeah.
Behold,
I made to that word bathe. I was just talking about that detonation. That word bathe, you look it up, it say like a drunkard. It mean like a drunkard, but it basically mean
I was just thinking.
enraged.
Saturated.
Yeah, saturated. It mean enraged, like how a drunkard is saturated with that drink. They become enraged and actually go into a drunkard and how they become like crazy with when they fill with excess drink.
Yeah.
That bathe is that explosion, that detonation. Because it don't make no sense how this little, you've seen firecrackers before, they just, it don't make no sense how this one little thing just take out blocks, city blocks. It's bathed, and so it say my sword shall be bathed in heaven. That enraged, that detonation is like nothing. The wind, the gust, the fire, the heat.
Right.
You know, that's why Abraham went crazy after that whole thing.
Yeah.
Then it came from the heavens. So it was from the heavens.
Aerial attack.
It wasn't 200 million men, army foot soldiers. It wasn't 200 million foot soldiers. This is from the heavens, man. This is where that judgment came. It talks about that when you read this concerning the judgment of Edom. It's the same as the judgment of Babylon. But when it talks about the judgment of the same, it said as the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah. How was it overthrown? By the way of the brimstone from the heavens, man.
That's it.
And somebody get Revelation real quick, 7. Revelation 7. Hold on for a minute. Look up that word
Revelation chapter 7 and 1. It says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth.
Right, so that proves that it really ain't the kings of the earth who got a say when the destruction happens. Well,
He says that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. This word wind, the word wind, strong G 417, it says wind, a violent agitation and stream of air. It said a very strong tempestuous wind. The 4 principal of corner winds, cardinal winds, hit the 4 corners of heaven.
see, hence the 4 corners of heaven, man. Like the heaven going into bathe in heaven. So pretty much, this is going to be an aerial attack, man. See? So that's not traditional winds, such as a tornado, or a hurricane, or tsunami. You know, those winds are dealing with the destruction, right? Which will manifest in the form of World War III. Read that last one again.
It says, the word winds, it says the 4 principal or cardinal winds hits the 4 corners of heaven.
See, hence the four corners of heaven. So that's how those missiles coming, you know, from that area of attack. So, yep, we can go back.
So in the book of Isaiah 34:5, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea.
Yeah, it shall come down upon Idumea, man.
Yep.
Which is what the Greek way saying Edom. So the Lord, like the officer was saying at the beginning or the top of the lesson, then lets you know it was all written about Babylon, man.
Right.
It was all written about the destruction of Babylon. Mm-hmm. And like the elder was saying, hey, you sow what you reap what you sow, and that's heavy, man. It's gonna come out of them silos, come up.
Right.
And I don't know if the brother finished it in that Psalm 7, but it says it shall come down upon your own pay.
Right.
And when you go into, did you finish that? Did you finish?
I did.
Yeah. So when it speaks about that own pay, the pay is what the top of your head. So that's talking your crown, exactly. So that's speaking about the elites. The top, the heads, man.
That's how they're gonna be brought down.
Right.
But I made sure that judgment starting now because they hear this message first.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They be in trouble in their
Exactly.
minds. When you read
Yeah,
Wisdom
but-
of Solomon, 2nd chapter.
Right. Oh yeah. They know.
Yeah.
That's a burden on them. They know they fake. You see? That's why even Yahweh said it was better that you didn't even know the. It's better you didn't even know about it. Because when you're oblivious, that's a blessing, man. In a way. Yeah, ignorance is bliss. They know, man. See, you know what? Matter of fact, let's get there. So, I believe there's Wisdom of Solomon too. Right? And you know what started at the top. And just to add to the elder point, right? You made the point about how I mentioned it.
Yeah.
It started on the sword, right? That blood of all these nations, it went into the earth. Woo! It went into the earth just as you plant, you know, sow. So all the blood of the nations, the carnage you left in your wake in your pursuit of power, it wasn't by peace. It was bloodshed, man. It actually went into the earth. Guess what's going to come out of it? Guess what? When you plant blood, missiles erect.
I got something.
Come on.
So, chapter 20 and verse 24. He shall flee from the iron weapon, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. Going into the, if I may, going to the ICB and missiles. It is drawn and cometh out of the body. They're going into the earth, man. Coming out of the body.
Right.
It says, yeah, the glittering sword, see, cometh out of his gall, terrors are upon him. Oh yeah, man, when he see those missiles are probably going to be terror upon him, man. You know, that's the point we're going to. You sow that wickedness, you're gonna reap the destruction, man.
That's it.
See?
Was it on that?
This is Lamentations 4:21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken. Thou shalt make thyself naked.
Yep, that's blood. That cup is blood because I think you mentioned it earlier, Revelation 15 chapter. The Lord said he would turn your blood. That's a metaphor for you have to digest it. But I believe you mentioned it. I believe it's in Revelation 15 chapter. Well. So that cup, what's in that cup is really blood, man. You got to drink that. You got to digest the blood that you shed. You got to drink it down. Because blood got dregs. Come on.
The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Edom, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
Right. They're dealing with Esau in this lifetime. Because your daughter comes after you. Right?
He will discover thy sin.
That's why the prophet said. Because we building the case against Esau. You know, as long as you can hide these things, then who can bring up the charges on them? That's why you have to be searched out. And now we can proceed forth with the hearing. See? So the Lord got us exposing this man. See? So that was it right there?
Can I get something for you?
Yeah, come on.
Just bagging on what you got that heavy, what you said. The blood went into the ground.
Yep.
This is Revelation 6 and 9. It says, Revelation 6, 9, and 10. It says, and when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of the Most High, and for the testimony which they held, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, doeth not thou judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?
See that? And the so-called white man is guilty for shedding the blood of not only the Israelites, but the other nations and animals and trees. See? That's why he's like what the scripture says. He's a bloody man. Since thou hast not hated blood, see? Even blood shall pursue thee. See?
You got certain this is like perfumes or deodorants and conditioners, and on the bottle would say we have not experimented on animals.
Right, line.
Why you gotta tell me that on my conditioner bottle?
You feel a little better watching your health.
Yeah.
Because a rabbit didn't die.
Yeah, or this movie has been filmed without hurting animals. So what were you doing before?
Oh, right.
Yeah, man.
What about all the movies you did?
Exactly.
Right, we didn't even get no disclaimer.
And that will make them guilty. They tongue falling upon them.
Right.
By you making that statement and letting me know that you have slain. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And because the devil, he real mischievous too, man. And he real deceptive. Right? We brought out that 100% burger, where they had the one and the two burgers. But I was watching the commercial, these ads, man. It's real vexing too. You know, the one with the homo, with the Chick-fil-A, with the Paramanto, whatever, the sauce. Well, they asked him, said, what was your first thought? There was a commercial about Chick-fil-A. He said, what was your first thought about this chicken sandwich? He said it was magical, right? And I read between the lines, man. Right, you pretty much saying it was conjured up out of thin out. It was like magic.
Exactly.
Because it don't take magic to make real chicken.
No.
You know? Right, it was magical. No, man, give me the right answer, man. You're throwing me off. So now I got to take that, oh, it was magical. And now I eat it.
Yeah.
See? Come on. It's like that was it was there.
Yeah, good.
It's the book of wisdom of Solomon.
Yeah, but see, the scripture says they will not be able to deceive us.
Right.
They'll throw you off of that. You know, you're 11. It was, but how do you make it? Magic. Right, yeah. We worked out magic. This one.
Yeah. Magic.
Wow, that's it.
Wow.
That's the lucky
Charms. That's what it is. That's
Right.
fucking land of the fucking Chaldeans,
Man,
man.
Chaldeans, man. Because if you put the right ingredient, that should explode.
Yeah,
You drop the right drop.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you're in a chemist class.
The 10 cc's
Yeah,
of
put the
America.
right shit in them, and the lucky charm. The whole house, you know.
Hey, the scriptures talk about their sorcery.
Yeah,
Right, God.
Everything is small.
everything.
Bad little shadow of death.
Oh yeah, they're going to pharmacy, pharma kids. Agree?
Right.
From the drug, FDA. Yeah, they got control over your food too, right?
Oh, yeah.
They the main
Right.
ones with the recall.
Clearly.
But have you ever seen anybody ever? What's going on with the FDA? Who are these people? You know, who are these people? They all Edomites. I guarantee you that. And the things that they let pass is the things that kill you the most.
If I may, as you mentioned too, I mean, you made great point. Why they never made a recall on cigarettes and shit? They'll sell you stale tobacco, cigars and shit.
Yep.
You know, and all these things. But They'll twist that. Because, you know, they hold food, drug, and drug, man.
Right.
Show you that it's this devil, man, is a damn devil, man. What else could he be? The word of scripture says Job 9:24, give him to the hand of the wicked. If not, well, who it is? How dare you say it's an arrow?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's sick. It can't be nobody else but Esau, so-called white man.
Well, let's see, like who was vaccinating the salmon, fish? One of y'all saw.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Was that was vaccinating the actual food that we eat, man.
Yeah.
So it's showing that was increasing the written.
Right.
He's really trying to destroy the Israelites.
Can't even say that word. That's the proof of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, it did.
But that's more, you know, that's proof that something going on, something fishy. We can't say a word. It's
Fishy.
phrases.
He's saying his real name.
Something evil, man. You know, from the TV, it's all witchcraft. Everybody manipulated. It's a drunken soup.
Right.
And everybody go to drink from, and they 9 to 5. This whole thing where you gotta work, and they be like, man, work harder. You know, they be like, work harder. What is that, man? Your whole life revolving around a 9 to 5, man. That's sick. You don't understand the evils that's been devised on you. That came from the Ford dude when he was putting out the trucks. He realized let's make an 8-hour work day to get these assembly lines producing more.
It was like saving time.
Yeah, your lineage don't got nothing to do with your labor, man. Your whole lifespan. And then somebody, just use an example of somebody who worked their whole life. They 95 years old. Now they get to collect their pension.
Right.
How many years he got?
He ain't gonna
It's
live long
going
enough
up.
to.
No, go ahead.
He ain't gonna live long enough to enjoy that.
No,
shit.
Right.
They're taking it up every year, man.
Just enough for the bills.
That's it. That's all.
You
That's it.
can't get all for that.
Shit, to be honest, just enough to make it back to work. You know what I'm saying?
They really supposed to get paid every day.
Every day, man.
Income tax.
That's another one.
That's got lost, man. 30%.
They supposed to go over on that one with temporary service.
True.
We can pay every day, and they still ain't getting you food.
True. Right on.
Then George White's face on it. That show you it's off from the jump.
Right.
He saw his face on it.
Right.
Whether it ain't gold or silver.
Yeah. God, the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the ungodly said, reasoning with himself, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy.
Right, so the scriptures is likening Esau reasoning to himself in the same breath with like the death of a man. Now we know that there's not talking about the person dying. It's symbolic to nations having their time to rule. Right?
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Right. When you go back into the ancient Babylonians, the Neo-Babylon Empire, Medo-Persians, right? They never came back. The ancient Egyptians, they didn't come back. So Esau is speaking from a perspective like, look at the nations before us. They didn't have a time to come back. But you're going to see when they're going to say, look, we had that shot. Right? But Esau came back. Right? Well,
For we are born at all adventure.
so they were saying, look, the other nations didn't come back, but we came back. Read that point again.
For we are born at all adventure.
Which goes back to the Renaissance. The word Renaissance, when you look it up, it means what? Rebirth. So here it is. Esau saying, look, we came back. We was born again. Right? That deadly wound that was healed. See? So they're saying, look, the other nations never, whoever heard of such a thing, well, man came back. We was born again. So we got to take advantage of this. Go ahead.
It says, it's like,
But what you're going to see here is they understand their faith, which we was touching on earlier. This is what contributes to that burden on them, because they know how it ends, right? Short time, and they got the prophets there in their ear prophesying against them. See, and that's pretty much adding to the intrigue. More.
and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been.
See, so after, right, when they're born again and come back, and after that, it's going to be as if they've never been. Well,
For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke, and as a little spark. In
Right, the traffic and all that you see moving, the way they deal, business, currency, that's the breath of Esau. This is only for a minute. This is really one last gasp for air, man. Go ahead.
It says, "And a little spark in the movement of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into
See,
ashes."
so it's not a real body. It's talking about America. After this place is visited, it's going to be turned to ashes. Go ahead.
"And our spirit shall vanish as the soft air."
Right, the spirit of America. Basketball, NBA, the NFL, drill music, twerking. That's the spirit. It's going to be gone. Go ahead.
It says, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, but no man shall have our works in the
That's like, come on.
It said, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud."
See that? So now, right? Now let's go to, you know what I want?
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, and so like I'm gonna start at verse 8. It says, "What have profited us, or what have riches with our vaunting brought us? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by, and as a ship that passeth over the waves, which cannot." It's like which one it is gone. Which one is gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found.
See, so after this man is moved out of the way, it's not going to be any resemblance of America, right? So-called white man and his power. Now remember, when this system was erected, you still had a remembrance of the ancient Roman Empire through Romanization, these government buildings. They kind of built and erected in the same structure as ancient Rome. So that's them. That was them coming back to life. The destruction is not going to be in it. See? Right?
It says,
So like you got Latin phrases, right? Roman numerals. See? Yep. The terminology with law, the botanical system. See? So that was the so-called white man coming back to life, and you see the resemblance of the ancient Greeks and the ancient Romans. It was revised through here, this system. But in the world to come, after the destruction, there's going to be no more of that, no more trace. That's how we know that's talk about Esau, because he's good at collecting history and Alexander's city, the library. So that's a trace.
That's one of the benefits of living in the future times, like right now. You can go back then. Oh, what happened here?
Right.
And Esau, the king of that.
Right. That's how we know the scripture talking about him when it says there's going to be no more trace. He's not going to have that ability to
link up with the
right, file things off. Right? You got to file on the seat. Yeah. No more trace, man.
this is 2 Peter 3:10. "But the day of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel will come as a thief in the night, in the which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise,
Yep.
and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. The earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up."
Right, so all the works of Esau are going to be consumed right here in the pit. The destruction is going to be an effort to rid out any resemblance of Esau, man. Even in the world to come, we're going to take his land. See?
You're not going to meet this whole civilized representation of Esau how you see him today.
Right, that pious.
He very much will be that caveman, beast-like man. He was in them caves, man.
Right. Oh yeah. That's a sign. That's a sign of confusion too. Because that's one like an ostrich.
Yeah.
You see Jake women, they do that.
Yep.
Well, scriptures liken them to an ostrich, but that's really for dust. Confusion, man. You look at the makeup of an ostrich. Even like the feet, right? When you go into the statue, That's what it does say, man. Confusion. See? That's the time we in. Yeah, come on.
Back Wisdom of Solomon 5:10, it says, and as the ship that passeth over the waves, which when it's gone by, the trace thereof cannot be found.
See? So it's not going to be any resemblance of anything that this man. So everything was for naught anyway. All the nations you toppled, all the blood you shed, right? That's not even going to be remembered. It's not going to be a memorial, accolades. Like these devils, and you fucking proud devils, man. You love to celebrate. You commemorate the fall. You mint coins. You got coins minted to celebrate the fall of Israel, man. You got the archetypes, right?
It says, leaving the pathway of the kill in the waves, like as when a bird have flown through the air, there is no token of her way to be found.
Right, and that bird is Esau, man. What?
But the light air, being beaten with the stroke of her wings, are parted with the violent roar, and most of them is passed through, and therein afterwards no sign where she
Right, so the eagle came through, waved those wings violently, did his thing, and now there's no more trace of it. See? Go ahead. And why is that word violent in the same breath? Because the scripture could use any other word to illustrate a bird flapping his wings. Why violent? Because that's concerning the violent man. Go ahead.
It says, alike as when an arrow is shot at a mark, it part of the air, which immediately coming together again, so that a man cannot know where it went.
Right, so you had your little moment in time. Like a bullet, it parts the air, but the air don't stay parted.
Right.
The air comes right back.
Right.
Everything's gonna go right back to its natural order. Esau just had his moment in time. Come on.
It said,
Or they call it like a flash in the pan.
It was his turn.
What you say?
It was his turn.
Yeah, that's it. He had his time to have dominion on the planet Earth. It was likened to that of a hireling. You can read about that in Job 7th chapter. You know?
even so weak in like nothing, as soon as we were born,
See, that's Esau reasoning with himself, right? Go ahead.
began to draw to our end.
Right, and that complements Revelation the 17th chapter. We touched on that last night, how the 8th is of the 7th and go into perdition. So as soon as America was erected, the clock started ticking on its destruction. Read that again.
It said, even so we in like manner, as soon as we were born.
See, when we was born. So we read in Wisdom of Solomon the 2nd chapter where it was not ever known where a man would come back from death. The only nation was Esau, man. That was a part of his consolation. That proved that those are the two main characters, Jacob and Esau. The other nations had their time, but Esau, he had his time, and then the Lord had him come back. See? So that means he was born, right? It tells you that in Revelation 20. They shall come out of the pit and deceive the nations. The pit is really like the womb. Matter of fact, give me that, what's that? Is that Psalms 10? Is it? Oh, 58? Is it? Yeah, 58? Baba the Star. That pit that they came out of is likened to the matrix, man. Womb. See? That's why he came out of the pit deceiving the nation. He was the Renaissance. He was born again. Come on.
Psalm chapter 58 and verse 3,
Yeah.
it says, the wicked are estranged from the womb.
See, the wicked are estranged from the womb. Go ahead.
They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies.
See that? Now we know that's not talking about a physical child. No, because you might have a brother, they'll say, yeah, you know, they'll see an Edomite toddler tell a lie. He said, see, got out of the womb. Nope. Come out of the womb speaking lies. That's coming out of the pit, deceiving the nations. That you read about in Revelation, 12th chapter. Oh, no, 20. It's like, read that again.
Come. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born,
See, as soon as they be born, as soon as they come out of the pit, go ahead.
speaking lies.
Speaking lies. So they came out of the pit and deceived the nation. So as soon as this man was born again, he didn't say, you know what, we got another shot at it. Let's do it right. See? He tried to at first though, in a sense. Scripture says he spake as a lamb, but eventually he had to be who he is, man. Yeah, come on.
The rebirth of Esau. This is Malachi 1 and verse 3. It says, and I hated Esau and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Esau is like it. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
See, they returned. They were born again. What?
Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. And they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever.
See that? So let's go back.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, and verse 14, it reads, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind.
Yep, read that again.
For the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind.
Right, that's the destruction, man. You're going to be blown away with the missiles. See? And we looked up that word wind in the Greek. It's touching Revelation, the 7th chapter, and the angels that's holding back those winds. One of the definitions there is the four corners of heaven. See? So those winds is going to be the missiles, right? That's going to fly across the world. Scripture says how they're going to leap over the nations, over the mountains. And that's going to be heavy, man. Nations going to see all the missiles coming, you know? Look at them. They're going to America, man. Yeah.
God, it says, for the hope of the ungodly is like the dust that bloweth away the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with the tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day.
Right. If somebody come and tarry but a day, then you and him know that they there for a day. That's why when you really deal with like you got the elect amongst the elite, it's like the elect versus the elites, and the rest of the people, they're oblivious. But we know what's up. They know they tarrying for a day. And remember, we read that in Wisdom of Solomon. Right? They know they tarrying for a day, and we know they tarrying for a day, but they want to keep hanging around. That's why we've been in the spirit, what we say, he gotta go. This man gotta go. He's tarrying too long, man. Just that day. It's too long.
It says, but the righteous live.
Like this nigga now, he's trying to, you know what I mean? He's supposed to be there for a day. Yeah, yeah. He got a pack of chicken in the refrigerator. Right? Yeah, come on, bro. Yeah, exactly. You just here for a day. You just tarrying as a guest. Read that again.
It says, for the hope of the ungodly is like dust that is blown away with the wind, like a thin froth that is driven away with the storm, like as the smoke which is dispersed here and there with a tempest, and passeth away as the remembrance of a guest that tarrieth but a day.
See that? What?
But the righteous live forevermore.
See, so that proves that it goes back to Jacob and Esau, man. At the destruction of America, that's going to be the start of the kingdom of heaven. As it was written, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of Israel's father. Right?
But the righteous live forevermore. Their reward also is with the Lord, and the care of them is with the Most High.
Good.
Therefore they shall receive a glorious kingdom,
See?
and a beautiful crown from the hand from
So the
Lord's
kingdom of
hand.
heaven is going to be at the expense of the destruction of America. Hence, bringing them two parties right back together. Remember, Esau's loss was our gain. He wept bitterly, but it was to the rejoicing of Jacob, because why? We was promised prosperity, immortality, life, versus the son of perdition. See? Come on.
I got something. This is Proverbs 10. I'm gonna start at 24. Just going back to the point you say that the destruction is going to bring forth our upbringing. This Proverbs 10, I started verse 24. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him,
Oh, yeah.
but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more. But the righteous is an everlasting foundation. Kind of.
Whirlwind is the destruction. But you see what the two parties coincide. Right? Now, when you consider a whirlwind, a tornado, whatever, it brews, it builds up until that category 5. And it starts off with that gusty wind, right? We see paper flying. But that's what we're witnessing now. Everything being stirred up. But that wind is not going to relent. It's going to eventually, it's going to turn into a category 5 all-out destruction, man. Come on, you got something?
Yep. Second Ezra 6 and 8, pointers in 9, it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, from Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob hand held first the heel of Esau. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows.
See that? So Esau, this system, again, is representative of the end. Just clear out, look around. Everything you see is an indicator that the missiles is coming. See? It has everything to do with the end. So that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
This is Sirach 25 and 7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy.
Yeah.
And the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right. Oh yeah. So that's a luxury that we have. We can actually see the fall of our enemies. You know how many of our forefathers wanted to see this? See? Because remember, Acts the 1st chapter. Lord, without at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel. Oh, what's that? Psalm 73, I want to say. Their strength is firm. Right?
They too, going back, you mentioned how that's a reward to see the downfall. Because it talks about that in Psalms 91, thou shalt behold the reward of the wicked, you shall see the destruction. Because he didn't get a chance to see the destruction of Sodom. We're gonna get a chance to see the destruction of Sodom. Like that was probably a desire of life, Going back to Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 and verse 16.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for the come.
See that? You see how it coincides? The destruction is not the be all end all. That's why you have a lot of people who marvel at our stance. Why are you encouraging the destruction? What you gonna do? We understand that the destruction is gonna bring forth the kingdom. First and foremost, it's gonna bring forth salvation. See? Because it can't be a salvation without the destruction. Really gonna be talking.
But the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for the come.
Yep.
Wherein corruption is past.
Yep, and corruption go hand in hand with Esau. What's that? Psalms 10. They are 14. Yep. 14, they are corrupt. Right, also 2nd Ezra 6. Corruption shall be.
Intemperance is at an end, infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and truth is sprung up.
That's it, man. What?
Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that have gotten the victory.
Go right back to Jacob and Esau. Right? You're not going to be able to step in between your how about Shema Shine, Esau. Right? Whoa! Either will you be able to stop the poor, the oppressed from getting the victory, right? See? So why? Because it goes back to the promises. Nobody can disannul, that agreement. So it's set, man. It's firmly established. it's fast sealed that the son of perdition gotta go into perdition. He must be destroyed. And the son that was promised life and prosperity, he's gonna receive that at the expense of the son who's gonna be destroyed. That's why we got so much of an investment in him being destroyed. Just like that nigga had an investment in seeing us go down. People went clean over the world to round us up, man. Right?
Yeah,
Come on.
it's like Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 16. It said, therefore shall they receive a glorious kingdom and a beautiful crown from the Lord's hand. With his right hand shall he cover them, and with his arm shall he protect them.
Right, from the destruction, man. And even the preservation of the saints as we close in on these turbulent times, it's about to get bad. Right? Oh, we was touching on all these prominent banks. They closed a lot of branches, man. And again, I'm gonna bring it up. It's not like we know war. Don't get it twisted, man. Like we a bunch of guys, right? We got a village. No, we out here too, man. We don't need, right? Mother with a step, welcoming you.
Right. Standing at the gate.
At the gate, yeah.
Yeah, if we get pulled over, we showing our ID.
Right.
Saying, yes, sir, officer.
Right. You're a junior, you know what I mean? Just like that. But hey, it's beautiful. The Lord did that. The Lord set it up to snare you, man. And also to keep the prophets grounded. Because the Lord is always, right, who are we? Nothing. That's why the Lord said you servants.
Right.
That's why the famous prophets came back, right, just like you.
Right.
Not many might.
Right, yeah.
Right, that's it.
The Lord didn't say, look, you're going to come back and you Jeremiah, and that's Jeremiah. No, you came back, that don't matter. You go to work. Right? You come back as a servant, man. Right. Yeah, that's yeah,
Hey, I was just thinking the same
yeah,
thing.
that's
I was
it.
gonna say the same
Yeah, he
thing.
left as a prince, and he had to come to his senses because the Lord had to humble the sons of God, too, man. Come on.
It says, he shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies.
Read that again.
He shall take to him his jealousy for complete armor, and make the creature his weapon for the revenge of his enemies.
The creature is the creation, man. The Lord going to use the nations as well as the missiles to go about doing his business, right? Because everything is at the disposal of Yahweh Shema Shai. The Lord can send a mosquito to bite your ass. You was fit, you know, right? You was a killer. You had men in fear of you. The Lord sent a mosquito.
It's not.
He come and bite your ass. Right? Well,
It says,
so that was the Lord going to do with Esau. The Lord said, I'm going to have a preacher to get you. Come on.
he shall put on righteousness as a breastplate, and true judgment instead of a helmet.
What's that? Ancient word.
It said, he shall take in holiness for an invisible shield. His severe wrath shall be sharpened for a sword.
See that? Go ahead.
And the world shall fight with him.
See, and the world shall fight with him. Go ahead.
Against the unwise.
See that? So the Lord going to use the nations to come fight with him. That's why when Yahweh Shai return, he's going to bring his own brand of fire. But really, the missiles is going to be part of the army too, man. You wish the missile hit a chariot, but no, they all agree.
Right.
Come on.
It says, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go
See,
abroad.
and that's those lasers, and you can read about that. And we were speaking about that the other day, where you got to put the pieces is like a dream. You know how you have a dream, and you can remember certain parts, and it can bring you a lot of closure. You don't know the whole dream, but you know certain parts that give you just enough clarity. So when you read these scriptures, right? Obviously, we know Yahweh Shai is returning and he's going to bring his own brand of fire. But you can go into certain scriptures and put the pieces together and show you how the Lord is going to get down. For an example, Zechariah Right? Lord said he's going to send something back. Come on.
It said, then shall the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad, and from the clouds as
Now,
well.
you notice, when you consider a storm, what's all the components that come with a storm? Clouds, lightning, rain, thunder. What's the rain? The missiles.
Right.
What's the lightning? The lasers. You just read it. He says it's lightning bolts. What's the thunder? Come up hither.
That's it. Yep.
The ground raised them.
What's the rain? The missiles. All of these working components that makes the perfect storm.
It says, then the right aiming thunderbolts go abroad
Yeah.
in the clouds, as from a well-drawn bow shall they fly to the mark.
See, so you have the cloud, then you got the bow with the arrow comes from. See? So that's what's going to contribute to the destruction. Laser beams and the missiles. Go ahead.
And hailstones full of wrath shall be cast out as a stone bow. And the water of the sea shall rage against them, and the flood shall cruelly drown them.
Yep, that's the lake of fire, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, a mighty wind shall stand up against them, and like a storm shall blow them away.
Look, if you don't have this doctrine, then this is never going this is never. You're just, right? You'll thumb over that. Oh, the Lord just talking about the weather. Right? Let's get on to more, right? The Lord, he framed it into a dark sin. Go ahead.
It says, and like a storm shall blow them away, thus iniquity shall lay waste the whole earth, and ill dealing shall overthrow the thrones of the mighty.
See that? Because the iniquity and the ill dealings will be brought back in the form of the missiles. All your iniquities, all your ill dealings will be brought back. All that wickedness and mischief you planted into the earth will spring up and be brought back in the form of the missile. Now, all the ingredients Esau put in, with the vaccine and all that mischief, Lucky Charms, like the elder mentioned earlier, magic.
Magically.
Tastes just like
You
magic.
got to say that with a certain, you got to put emphasis on that.
Magically,
Right?
you got to smile.
Right. You got to put that deceptive, that deceptive smirk.
You got to sound like a commercial.
Man, watch him, man. You know what I mean? All of those ill dealings, all those ingredients, you know what come out of the oven? ICBM missile. Come on. That was it? So yeah, with that, we're going to give all praise, honor, and glory.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the head apostles and elders of the millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there and always believers. And this time, shalom.
Shalom.
This.